And then let's get started. So like I said, put your yoga mat down. We're going to start on the floor. But today, we're actually going to scoot up against the wall. Now, your legs can be bent, straight, whatever. But I really want us to find our booty, so our tailbone, the back of our hips against this wall. So just really scoot back until you can't go back anymore. And then I'm just going to slowly start to build my spine and my head, pressing everything back against the wall. Hopefully, you'll be looking forward. I'm going to be looking at you sideways just for the camera. And I'm doing this sideways, so hopefully you can see what's happening with my body. I'm going to roll my shoulders down and back, and my arms are going to come to a W. So like we sometimes do on the reformer at a W, but now we're against that wall. So all of my spinal column is plastered against the wall. The back of the neck obviously won't touch, but we're going to put our shoulders and my upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, hand, and fingers are against this wall, and I'm pushing backwards actively into the wall with my arms, with my back, cores on, hips in neutral. Now, as I exhale, I'm going to start to sneak my arms up the wall, maintaining that connection. Now, at some point, you're going to reach a point as you go up where something's going to pop off against the wall. As soon as your hand, your wrist, your forearm starts to pop up off the wall, that's the end of your range of motion. So stop there and then pull those arms down and back to the start position. And then again, keeping those arms pressed straight back against the wall, lift back up and down. Now, there's a lot of factors in flexibility, mobility, range of motion that goes into this. So it's okay if maybe your arms go a lot higher or don't go as high as mine. The main thing is to feel that connection. So we literally have a tactile cue as we lift and lower the arms. That's giving us a lot of feedback on what's happening in the body. Bring your awareness back down to your spinal column. Are you popping the ribs up off the wall, or is it nice and flat? Perfect. Now we're just going to do 2 more of these. And hopefully you're starting to feel these back muscles warm up because we're pressing backwards into this wall. So now after my last one, all the way up and all the way down, again, just to your range of motion, I'm going to pause. And now I'm going to take my hands and rotate them forward, parallel to the ground, and then back up. And as I get back up, I'm pushing into the wall. My upper arms, shoulders, back, and hips are still pushing into the wall. But now I'm just kind of really working on isolating those shoulders. Perfect. And if you saw my Instagram post earlier this morning, you'll know that it's a shoulder kind of day. Don't worry, we won't hit them too hard in today's class, but we should just work on them a little bit. And again, pushing this arm back and then pulling back, like I'm pressing down through like corn syrup or molasses, and then pushing up and back through the same sticky, heavy substance. 3 more. So all the way down, 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 all the way back, 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 down, 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 down. This is number 2. Back, 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 back. Last one, down, 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 and then back, 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 back. Perfect. Awesome. So now you're really hopefully starting to feel the back side of the body here. Go back to my W, pushing into that wall. Now as I exhale, I'm going to side crunch over and then back up. And again, you don't have to go very far over, because what I'm trying to do is trying to get that mind-body connection, because sometimes when I see a side crunch over, we rotate as well. So having our back pressed against the wall and everything pushing backwards into this wall is really helping us find a true side bend and not get that rotation of the torso. So again, I'm just trying to bring my lowest ribs to kiss my hips and back up. Now, if you need to, you can kind of lift your skull about a centimeter away from the wall if it feels weird dragging your head from one side to the other. But everything else is pushing backwards. Shoulders, arms, ribs, hips. Perfect. One more on this side. We'll come on up. If you need to, round that spine forward for a second. Because again, probably most of us aren't used to having that extreme of posture. Now the next time my arms come wide, if you need to, you can extend them out or leave them at my W. And as I exhale, I'm going to rotate, still pushing this side into the wall. As I come up, come back to center, nice deep inhale, exhale, rotate the other way. And feeling that difference between, oh, this is a rotation versus the side bend we did a second ago. So just rotating and really pushing the right side to the wall as I come over, come back to center, and then pushing the left side to the wall and back to center. We'll do one more on this side, back to center, one more on the other side, back to center. Perfect. Now from here, I'm going to put my hands down for just a second so I can straighten my legs. We'll go ahead and dorsiflex the feet. Now I'm going to press my back, my spine, shoulders against the wall, arms come straight. Nice deep inhale, exhale, spine stretch forward as far as I can. Now the wall is going to help us stack ourselves back up. Perfect. So as I exhale, I'm peeling off the wall with my spine, one vertebrae at a time, reaching as far forward as I can. And then as I stack my spine up, I'm doing it one vertebrae at a time to the top of my head. And again, this is just a tactile cue to help us find that nice articulation of the spine. Because sometimes we're like, what is stacking up straight? Is this straight? Is hinging back straight? So this way we have that nice cue, and it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it for us. So let's do two more. All the way forward, 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 forward. And then all the way back, 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 back. Perfect. Last one. Forward. And then back, 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 up. All right. For this next one, I'm going to bring my feet into prayer pose. So like we've talked about before, the bottoms of my feet are pushing together, and my knees are just naturally hanging wide as possible. From here, the arms are still going to go straight. And again, I'm going to peel and roll myself straight down this time rather than forward and down to try to touch my nose to my feet. If you're not that bendy, that's okay. You can either put your hands, so your palms on your knees, or your elbows on your knees, depending on flexibility, and just very gently pressing down. So try not to shove. You just want to gently apply some pressure to open up those hips and those legs. And then melt and lift, restacking that spine, up, 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 up. And then diving down, 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 down. And again, using that wall as a tactile cue to help us find, are we really articulating, or are we just kind of hinging forward, hinging back as we melt forward, down, 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 and then restacking back up. And don't forget to restack those shoulders too. Don't leave them forward. Pull them on back. Last one, rounding, 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 and then melting all the way back up. Now from here, we can step away from the wall. We're going to be done with this for a bit. I'm going to come into a nice quadruped, hands and knees. Your feet can be wherever for the moment. I'm just going to do a cat cow. So just really driving that articulation of the spine home. Just getting the whole spine moving. Perfect. Now, as always, if you have a really grumpy low back, you can always go side to side or mix it up. Do one cat cow, one side to side, and just mix it up like that. So whatever feels good for you and your body. From here, I'm going to walk forward just a second. I'm going to send my right leg back, send my left leg back. Beautiful planks. Mondays are perfect for planks. And we're just going to live here for a minute. How about this for a count of 5? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set one knee down, set the other knee down, and press back to a child's pose. Really stretching and reaching those fingers. Shoulders are still down and back in the socket, but I'm still stretching, trying to lower my booty and chest down to the floor as low as I can. From here, push into the feet and the heels, come back up to my quadruped, right leg back, Left leg back. Don't worry, these don't count as your planks for the day. These are just nice warm-up planks. And again, we're just gonna hang out here for a count of 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, lower, 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 all the way down. Extend those toes out. Bony landmarks of the hips are flat and neutral or imprinted against the ground. Pull that belly button up to the spine or up to the sky. And if you need to, lay your forehead on your hands. From here, keeping my feet parallel and the hips neutral or imprinted. Nice deep inhale, exhale, lift those legs straight up and down. Lifting straight up, really feeling that squeeze in the booty and the hamstrings, and down. Now I'm gonna keep my head up just so I can talk to you for audio purposes. So I'm not talking to my carpet, but hopefully you're looking straight down. That way our neck is nice and relaxed and those shoulders are nice and relaxed. 2 more, and we're gonna add on to this. Perfect. So now after my second one, my feet are still parallel. I'm gonna lift my legs up, open them out to the side, and do 3 pulses before I bring them in and down. I'm gonna move a little bit so I don't kick the wall. Lift up, open out, 3 little pulses, back to center and down. Perfect. Making sure that those hips are in neutral. Otherwise, your low back is going to get grumpy with me. So lift up, open out, poof, 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 little pulses, and then down. So up, out, pulse, 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 and down. Hopefully we're starting to feel those sides of the booty kick on. Beautiful. Because again, summer is coming. You got to get summer ready. Beautiful. 2 more. So up, out, pulse, pulse, pulse. Together, down, up, out, pulse, pulse, pulse. Together, down. Now, let's give the lower body a break. And with the upper body, just Sphinx up and back down. Up and back down. Now, if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge for your day, hover those arms as you Sphinx up and down. So we're just kind of relying on our back to do all this work for us, rather than getting a little bit of arms and chest involved. So just lifting up and down. 2 more. Up, shoulders are down and back. Set those scapulas. Last one. Come on down. If you need to, put your forehead on your hands again. Now, externally rotate those feet. So parallel, externally rotate. And again, hips neutral, core engaged. Lift those legs up, squeeze the booty, and lower down. Lift up, squeeze the booty, and lower down. And again, I'm just on my elbows so I can see you for the audio. It'd be really weird if I looked at the carpet while I described this. So up and down. And hopefully, because you'll remember we do moves similar like this in class, this is getting deeper in that outer booty, which is great. Everybody loves to work that outer booty. Now, 2 more. So up, outer booty, down, up, outer booty, down. Now, just like before, lift up, open those legs out to the side, pulse, 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 back to center, down. Lift up, out to the sides, pulse, 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 back to center, and down. So again, we're just getting a little bit deeper into that muscle tissue. Again, making sure those hips are in neutral or imprint, core is on, really engaging those legs, squeezing the booty, keeping those hamstrings nice and active, feeling those outside lateral parts of our booty and our legs kick on. Let's just do 2 more. Come up, out for pulse, 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 back to center and down. Up, pulse, 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 back to center, and down. Now from here, grab a prop and roll onto your side. My lower bicep here is going to be a nice little weight for me, or pardon me, pillow. My top arm is going to get my soup can. Bottom leg can be straight, or if you need to, a little bit of a bend. And I'm going to hover this top leg just a little bit. So now as I exhale, lifting the top leg in my arm and back down. Lifting up at the same time and back down. This might sound or might seem familiar because we do this on the reformer sometimes. So again, one hip on top of the other, one shoulder on top of the other. And how are those abs? Are they on? Are we thinking about keeping them on? Perfect. Give me 2 more. Perfect. And I'm actually going to come up onto my elbow just so I can see you a little bit better. So felt weird being down there on the ground. And then up down. Now for this next one, I'm going to bring arm and leg forward to my 90 and back. If you want, you can be on your shoulder, or I'm sorry, on your forearm as well. Just remember to lift those ribs up and not let them sag to the floor, so core is on. But again, I'm just doing this so we can make better eye contact with the camera. Forward and back. Keeping my wrist holding, in this case, my soup can, or in your case, a hand weight, as straight as possible. So we don't want a bent wrist. 2 more. Forward and back. Forward and back. Perfect. Now, if you need to, set the leg and the arm down. Take a little breather. Next, when the arm and the leg come up, I'm going to lift up, bring them forward, and back to the start point. So we're just making a really big, kind of awkward circle. Maybe more of an oval, so to speak. We're just going to do 3. So 3, 2, last one. And then, of course, we got to go the other way. So bring it forward, up and around, down, forward, up and around, down, forward, up and around, down. 2 more. Forward, up and around, down. Last one. Forward, up and around, down. Now, for this next one, I'm going to turn my palm to face you. And as I do a bicep curl, pull my top leg into tabletop and then press out. And again, if you're down here, this is what it'll look like. So you don't have to be up on your forearm like I am. I'm just always concerned when I lay down like this about audio quality. So I try to be up here as much as possible. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. If you need to, take a little break. Hopefully you're feeling this outer thigh. All right. Now my palm goes back down. This is a little tricky. So I'm going to start with my arm bent. And as I do a tricep kickback, send my leg backwards to the wall behind me and bring it back in. So a little bit of thinking here. Leg and arm are going to go backwards. Perfect. And I'm fully extending this top arm to really get into that tricep. Keeping the wrist straight. Perfect. 3 more. So 3, 2, last one. And then I can set my prop down. Pat yourself on the back. You guys are awesome. And now we're going to use that wall again. So hopefully we didn't scamper off too far. I'm going to lay on my back and put my feet up against the wall in a tabletop or semi-tabletop. So it doesn't have to be an exact science, but ballpark, knee above hips and legs parallel to the ground. So from here, roll my shoulders down and back, press into the wall with my feet, and give me a hinging bridge or an articulating bridge. Again, if you prefer to do an articulating bridge up and down, especially given how we started class, go ahead and do that. Perfect. And if you try this and decide, oh, I hate this, I don't like this at all, go ahead and pop those feet back down on the floor. So we're just mixing it up a bit for our Monday. Excellent. So how's that core? Is it on? How are those hips? Are they staying in neutral? Unless you're articulating, and then carry on. The next time I come up, pause, pulse, pulse, and then come down. Hinge up or articulate, pulse, pulse, and down. 2 more. Pulse, pulse, and then down. Pulse, pulse, and then down. Now the next time I come up, pause, lift the right leg up, set it down, left leg up, set it down, hinge down. So we're doing a really modified marching. And it's okay that this knee is coming in past tabletop because we kind of already started in tabletop. There's not a lot of places to go in terms of marching. So, but again, same principles apply. Articulator, hinge up, march, march, minimal hip movement side to side, and then come down. 2 more. So up, march, march, come on down. Last one. Up, march, march, come on up and down. Perfect. Last one we're going to do. Hinge or articulate up. Extend that right leg straight and go pulse, pulse, bend, set it down, left leg up, pulse, pulse, bend, set down, and then hinge or articulate down. So coming up, leg straight, pulse, pulse, bend and set down, left leg up, pulse, pulse, bend and set down, and come down. Let's do one more. So hinge, lift, pulse, pulse, bend and set down, pulse, pulse, bend, set down, come on down. If you need to, hug those knees to your chest, rock side to side. Now, you're gonna roll over. I'm gonna spin around. So we're gonna do that other side. So grab your prop. Again, if you'd like, come down on your forearm, bottom leg straight or bent, and then give me my lifts and lowers on this side. Perfect. And again, if you need to, that bottom leg can be bent. One side's gonna have a little bit better balance than the other. And so if you need to, go ahead and do that. Again, I'm just gonna come up on my elbow. I feel like you can hear me and see me better. If that is a misnomer, let me know. Perfect. So we're just lifting up and down. Perfect. Let's do 3 more. Up and down, up and down. Gosh, where did the time go? These classes just go by so fast. After my last one, bring both forward. I'm going to move so I don't kick my reformer. That's really hard metal, as I found out a couple times through filming these classes. So just bringing arm and leg forward and back, forward and back. Perfect. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna do those kind of ovally circles. So lift up and around, forward and back, up, around, forward and back. And it's okay if on this one you're like, ooh, I have to bend that leg. It's okay. Again, one side's gonna have better balance than the other. 2 more. Up and around, forward and back, up and around, forward and back. Now, as always, we're just gonna go the opposite way. So forward, up and around and back, forward, up and around and back, forward, up and around and back. 3 more. Up and around and back, up and around and back, and up and around and back. Perfect. Now we're gonna go into those bicep curls that we did earlier. So as I do a bicep curl, pull this leg into tabletop and then send it out. Pull into tabletop, send it out. So if we're laying down, it's gonna look like this. Perfect. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. Good. 3 more. Excellent. Now after our third one, we're gonna do those tricep kickbacks. I think this is 3. So now start with my arm bent, palm parallel to the ground. As I kick my tricep back, the leg goes back. And then kick back. It's again a little bit of coordination. So if you need to, you can do one and then the other. Again, how's our core? Is it on? No, it's on. You guys are rock stars. Of course it's on. Perfect. 3 more. Press all the way back and in, all the way back and in. Last one and in. Set it down. Now we're gonna come back up into our quadruped and give me some nice cat cows. Up and down. Of course, as you need to, rock those hips side to side, child's pose, whatever feels good for you and your body. Just stretch out what feels good. I'm gonna move that out of the way. Now, as soon as you're ready, curl those toes under, nice deep inhale, exhale. We're just gonna knee hover up. And just making sure that we're squeezing our hands into the floor, like our little pickle jar technique we talk about all the time in class. And we're just gonna hang out here for a count of 4. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those knees down. Child's pose, stretch, whatever feels good for you and your body. So again, just take this opportunity to stretch yourself out. Listen to your body of whatever feels good. All right, now here's the fun stuff. So for this next one, we're gonna inhale, exhale, plank on up, pull my left knee forward to my left elbow, lower that knee to hover above the wrist, lift it back up, send back to my plank. And then do the same with the right. So knee forward, lower to the floor, lift up, and back in. And then do one more on the left, one more on the right, and come on down. I love those. I call them knee elevators. If you Google it, they might be called something else. All right. Whew. Now, going to give you two options for this last one. You've seen me do planks on my feet all day, so I'm going to come down onto my knees for those of you who prefer to do it on your knees. From here, we're going to do elevators. So I'm going to separate my knees a little bit, squeeze the booty, core on, come down, down, up, up, down, down, onto my forearms and back to my hands. Perfect. Up, up, yes, down, and then up counts as one. So give me two more. Last one. Up, sink on back to that child's pose or again, stretch of your choice. You guys are awesome. Lovely. Now, roll on over onto our back. We need to shake any tension out, find neutral, bring those legs straight up, arms up, tuck our chin, nice deep inhale, exhale, chest lift up, and down. Exhale, chest lift up, and down. Perfect. Now, the next time I chest lift up, lower a leg, and then back. Chest lift up, lower a leg, and back up. Perfect. So see, not bad. You've done this before. A time or two. Good. Now the next time my leg is down, go pulse, pulse, and then back up. Chest lift up, lower that leg, pulse, pulse. Beautiful. Pulse, pulse, and up, pulse, pulse. One more on either side, and then we'll take a break. Pulse, pulse, and then again if you need to, rock it out, shake it out. Perfect. Now let's add a little bit of rotation to that. So legs up, arms up, inhale, chest lift up, lower the leg. Whatever leg is doing pulses, I'm just rotating to that side. Come back to center and down. Chest lift up, rotate to whatever side had the pulse and back down. And again, I'm just rotating with these upper abs, pulling them up and in. One more on either side. So lower that leg, pulse, pulse, back to center, up, chest lift, rotate, pulse, pulse, back to center, and up. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Running out of time. All right. Now, for this next one, we can do whatever we want with the legs. Tabletop, straight up, or out. So I'll show you a couple different versions. But we're going to pump the arms. So let's start in tabletop. Arms up. Nice deep inhale, exhale for 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Now with the legs straight up. Inhale, exhale, chest lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Now let's do one leg down. Chest lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other leg. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How about both legs? Chest lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, pick whichever one you want to do for the next two. So chest lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. You can do this. And chest lift up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did it. Woo. Perfect. Now again, if you need to, stretch it out. Give yourself a little shake. And then very carefully, because we've been on the floor for the last half hour, we're going to come to standing. So stand up. Very carefully. Use that wall if you need to. Bring the arms overhead. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Roll forward like we're rolling over that imaginary beach ball. If you want, you can hang your head heavy. Shake it. Yes. Shake it. No. My shirt is too baggy. Shake those arms. Shake those shoulders. Shake those booties. Maybe give your legs a little bit of a prance. Just let any tension fall out of your body. Take one final deep inhale. As we exhale, start to stack that spine up. One vertebrae at a time. Once we get back to standing, stretch your arms and your chest up to the sky before we come back to standing.